In the next clips, in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to be explaining to you guys the basics to getting funding, everything you need to know to understand getting funding, how to get funded, and just walk you through my own funded accounts. Welcome back to another video. Everyone. And as you can hear from the background, it is pouring crazy out. It is Sunday, and today I'm spending all day trying to get ready. Yesterday I got a haircut. My girlfriend has work today. She has to get waxed. She has to get her eyebrows done. We got to pack. Do you know why? Because we're going on a trip this week. But that doesn't mean the grind is going to stop. Even though today I'm not going to be able to give you 100% vlog. And 100% vlog, I'm going to be giving you guys content and value. Nonetheless, it was a live VIP session. It's not going to be an entire session because who would I be to give you guys for free what I'm giving them for money? No, you're only going to get a portion of it. If you want everything, if you want the portions where they ask me questions and I answered anything they wanted, join VIP. That's what they're going to need to do. But with that being said, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. We got a crazy vlog coming. A travel vlog, trading vlog, money vlog, everything. Documenting the entire process. But with that being said, stay safe. Enjoy the video. Get the free course if you want to learn how to actually trade, how to actually make money trading for free. Join the community if you want to get sessions like this, and I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy it. Copy, everything should be good now. Let's get straight to the concepts. Not concepts, but the stuff we're going to be talking about. So the main thing I want to talk to you guys about is essentially just getting funded. And what is getting funded? Just look at it as somebody's going to be giving you money that you don't have, so that you could trade their money. But in this case, even with like funded accounts and all of that, the funded accounts a lot of the time aren't even real money, if that makes sense. For the most part, it's just a fake account. But as long as they pay you, that's all that matters. Because if you could take that money and put it into your own account, that's all that matters at the end of the day. But getting funded. So what is it? You're just getting money from someone that's willing to give it to you. Say, for example, I have $100,000. I don't know how to trade, but you know how to trade and you have no money. I would give you the money so that you could trade it for me because you have a skill set that I don't have. But in this case, getting funded, you have to pass a challenge to be able to get funded. And what is the challenge? Essentially, what am I even using? In my opinion, the one firm that I like, the firm, like a prop firm that I'll use is TopStep. I can't really talk about anyone else. I use FTMO, but FTMO, I'm not really sure exactly how that's all playing out nowadays. I'm only going to tell you guys what I'm using. You could use Apex, but me personally, I hear a lot of people say stuff about Apex, and in my opinion, TopStep is probably just a better option. All you really need is one prop firm. All you need is one prop firm to make enough money to then put it into your own broker to then put it somewhere else. You don't need to have $1 million. You don't have to have $50,000 to $100,000 to be able to start trading your own live money. A lot of the time, you only have a couple $1,000s in these funded accounts anyway. You know what I mean? But TopStep is the one prop firm I would recommend. So if anybody wants to know who to go with TopStep. And if you don't really trust TopStep, I would just recommend going to YouTube, see what other people have to say. There's a whole bunch of videos on exactly what you want to do. But you got to understand the rules. Let me go to TopStep's website so I can actually show it to you. But you got to understand what the rules are, because at the end of the day, the whole purpose of getting funded is that you need to know how to trade. If you don't know how to trade, then it's kind of useless. You know what I mean? Here, right over here. Does it say like the target and everything? I'm on TopStep's website right now. I'm trying to see if they give me like all the rules and objectives. Not TopStep. Let's see. Damn, they got this shit all complicated. Here we go though. Here, I'm about to share my other screen so you guys can see it. Right over here. So you should be looking at TopStep right now. So right now on the TopStep website, you get to see rule one rule, one goal, become a TopStep trader. This is just who I use and everything. But you can see there's different account sizes. You can use 50K, 100K, 150K. Start with what you feel more comfortable with. Me personally, I like the 100K, but that's just me. I'm trying to just find exactly where the rules are. So you can just see just the benefits, I guess. You can have multiple accounts, simple payout policy, fast. But there's a whole bunch of other ones that have that same exact thing. I just want to find the rules so I can show the people that don't know what the rules are. But it's like they don't even. Okay, whatever. This is the screen we're going to see right here. So you can see for each account, 50K, 100K, 150K, there's a profit target. What is a profit target? Essentially, when they give you the challenge, it's like a test. They're taking that test to see if you even qualify to be given that account. If you pass the test, you qualify. If you don't pass, you don't qualify. You just don't get an account. You got to keep trying, keep improving. You got to make $3,000 on this account, $6,000 on the 100K, and $9,000 on the 150K. And there's a maximum loss. So you have a certain amount of money you have to make, but you can't lose a certain amount of money. You know what I mean? So they want to make sure that you're not just 100% risking everything on one trade. They want to make sure that you're actually consistently doing something and having the same result over and over and over. They want consistency. They want someone that's going to be able to make the money long term, not just this month, not just in 2 days, long term. That's the name of the game, longevity. Anybody can make money for a year, but then that money's only going to last you so long. Longevity is everything, no matter what. Any industry, any business, whatever it is, longevity is everything. But you got to understand the rules, because if you go in here not understanding risk management, not understanding that you can't go full force, you can't over leverage, you can't take too many trades, you're going to constantly fail. And if you keep failing, all you're going to be doing is donating your money to Top Step. Instead of giving it to the market, you're just going to be giving it to Top Step on a demo account. And trust me, I've done that. I've done it on FTMO. I've taken a whole bunch of challenges and failed them in the past, just because you get caught in that cycle of trying to pass, but you keep doing the same thing wrongs every single time. But you got to understand the rules. Once you understand the rules, you can start creating a system that you can start implementing on demo, because I definitely recommend this. Anybody that's going to be going into a prop firm, anything, before you take that first challenge, before you take any challenge, make sure that you actually can do it first. When you purchase an account with them, they give you a demo account with the same target, same everything. Do the demo version first. See if you can hit that profit target without over leveraging, without over risking, without hitting the max loss. If you could do it on there, there's no reason you can't do it again. But if you can't do it on there, maybe you want to take a step back and wait until you can do it on the demo and then do it, because at the end of the day, all you're going to be doing is losing money. Yes, you can fail the challenge that you just bought, but all you're going to have to do is keep having to buy more. And nobody wants to keep throwing money away. I would rather take as least amount of challenges as possible, but guarantee that when I do take it, I'll at least pass. But you got a demo. Demo is key. Demo, you may not make money, but it's going to teach you the system. It's going to allow you to get experience. It's going to allow you to actually get confidence in what you're doing, because unless you have confidence, what you're doing is not going to matter. I can teach every single one of you exactly what I do. But if you don't have the confidence that I do, if you don't have the same level of conviction when you see a trade setup, it's not going to matter. You have to get the confidence within yourself. And that just comes from having a system, having a good risk management plan. That's all these prop firms are. The prop firms just want to make sure that you are a good risk manager. Fuck strategy, fuck the system. At the end of the day, when it comes to the prop firms, money management is key. Money management is 100% key when it comes to the prop firms, because that's the only way you're going to be able to stay in the game. That's the only way you're going to be able to consistently keep taking trades, and that's the only way you're going to be able to stay having an account for longer than a month. If you're taking 50% trades every single trade, that's just 2 trades. That's either 1 day you could lose the account, 2 days you could lose the account, 2 weeks. But even then, that's not enough time. I want to 2 months, 2 years, 20 years. That's what I'm thinking will hold an account. Even then, if I have to risk $100, so be it. It just takes time. Most people don't want to submit to time, and that's one of the main things that keep people failing challenges. They want it fast. They think, oh, once I pass this challenge, I'm going to be able to get money. Once I pass this challenge, I'm going to be able to leave my job. Once I do this, all these expectations that you're going to keep trying to force, and all you're going to be doing is chasing the outcome, chasing the money, instead of focusing on the process that's going to allow you to do that. And what is the process in this case? Having a good system, good risk management, and discipline to actually follow it, because anybody can have a good system and good risk management plan, but the person that's actually going to follow it is going to have the good results. We all can have a good system and good plan, but if only one of us actually follows it and only one of us actually listens to ourselves, then the rest doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that we all have a winning strategy, winning system, great risk management, because we're not actually following through when it means it. You got to have experience, and it just comes from demo. I recommend demo for at least 6 months doing whatever you're doing. It may suck, but for the most part, if you're a new trader, 6 months is not a long time at all. It's not long at all. Anybody that wants to change their life in 6 months when you just started trading, you're going to learn a lot in 6 months, but 6 months when you just start trading is it's not enough time. When I found 6 months into my trading, I don't even know. I don't even know where I was. I was still probably using trend lines for all I know. But a lot happens in a span of a year. Your mindset and everything changes a lot just within a year. Just within 4 to 5, 6 months, you realize how much can change. But a lot of time, it compounds over time, because the more time that goes by, the more time doing the same things just compounds. That compound effect is real. But now that we went over this little top step, let me go back to the other chart over here. But top step is what I use. Now that you guys see the rules and everything, you got to understand that it's all risk management when it comes to passing it. Yes, you need to have a good system. Yes, you have to have an edge because you want to have something that you can constantly find. You don't want to have a system or edge that only happens once a week, once a month, once every 2 months, because at the end of the day, then you're not going to get enough trades to even make sense of the challenge. You're going to be stuck on a $50 Top Step account for what, 4 months, 6 months? That doesn't even make sense. Time is money, and your time is not worth $50 for 6 months to maybe pass, to then have to pay another $150 to activate the account, to then have to spend 5 days to get those. Time is money, and I don't want you guys to spend that much time when it doesn't matter. At that point, you were better off just going on the demo account where you didn't spend $50 at all, just getting that experience. So now that when you go into it, you could pass it in a week, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, a month. You know what I mean? It's just time is money. But you got to take it day by day. When it comes to these firms, when it comes to passing the challenges, don't rush it. You got to understand that even if it takes you 2 months, that's fine, because it's going to happen when it happens. Not every week is going to be a good week. I passed my challenges because I ended up having pretty good weeks. I had like a good month. So I took multiple challenges that month, and it just happened to be a good month. I passed them within a few days because of what I was risking on the challenges. I was going aggressive on them, but it's not always going to be like that. I could have easily had a bad week, and I would have failed the challenge because of what I was risking. It could go on either way. Conditions aren't always going to be the best. You're not always going to win every trade. You're not always going to lose every trade. But you got to understand it's a probability game. That's why it's about long term. If you're risking so much to the point to where when you lose and you're going to lose an account in a week, then it just doesn't make sense, because you're going to have losing weeks. So you got to take that into account, that even if you lose all week, you're still going to be able to trade Monday. You're still going to be able to trade next Friday and still be able to make that money back. Risk management is 100% everything. And risk management goes very deep. Risk management goes into cutting trades when you should, allowing your trades to hit the TP they should, holding them as long as they should, and actually just being disciplined to let it do what it's supposed to. Most people, they think it's some crazy concept, having good risk management, but really it's just having the plan, having the rules already in place, and just letting it do what it's supposed to, just letting it follow the rules. You got to take it day by day, have a daily process. I told you guys my daily process when it comes to the charts, when it comes to just everything outside of trading. I do the same things every single day. It's a routine, so that when I wake up, when I come to the charts, when I go to the gym, I already know what I'm doing. It's just following the process. All right, I'm here. I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to sit here thinking, I don't know what to do now. What's next? I know a lot of you have probably done that before. You come to the charts, you're just looking at it like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking at. I don't even, like, you're just lost. But if you have that process, like, okay, I'm gonna look at this, then I'm gonna look at this, I'm gonna look at this, and then by the time you looked at those 4 things, it kind of is just like painting a picture for you. And if you do that same thing every day, you're only gonna build experience doing that same exact thing. My daily process might be different than yours, but you just want to make sure that you have it. And if it's not in words, have it on, I don't know, picture, draw that shit on a whiteboard, get a tattoo of that shit. I don't know, whatever floats your boat. But wins and losses too. Wins and losses are very key to understand when it comes to the challenges, both when you're taking the challenge and if you pass it after, because wins and losses are going to happen. But 99% of people don't like losing. We don't like losing. It's just human nature, and we hate losing. When we take a loss, it feels like the whole world's crumbling. When we take a loss, it's like a shot that, damn, we don't know how to trade. I'm a shitty trader. I'm shitty at risk management. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm wasting my time. Is this going to work? All these things go through your head after one small loss. Not a big loss, after one small loss. And then the bigger the loss is, it's only going to hit harder. But the main thing you got to understand is longevity. One bad day as a trader, one losing day doesn't mean you're a shitty trader. Doesn't mean that you have the worst life ever. It's just one day out of many. When you have a losing trading day, just think of it as, I was about to say 365 days, but there's not 365 trading days. If there's, let's just say 20 trading days a month times 12, let's just say there's 240 trading days a year. 240 trading days, if you have one losing day, that's about what? Let me see. 1% of that will be 24. So even if you take 24 losing trading days a year, that's only 1% or 10%. 1 or 10, but even then, it's not a lot. It's not a lot at all. That means you can consistently lose for a whole month, and you can still make money long term because you're winning majority of the days. That's the main thing. Losses are going to happen, but you want to make sure that all of your wins are significantly or at least 2 times larger than all your losses. It's all a numbers game. You could lose 4 trades, but if that 5th trade you win is 5 times as large, you're going to make money. That's all it is. There's no crazy system behind it. Nothing. Do you guys think that when I catch a crazy trade that goes to a 1 to 4, that when I took that trade, I knew it was going to go to 1 to 4? Fuck no. I barely knew it was going to go to CP1. I just took my chances based off of experience. And then whatever the result is, that's not really up to me. I just take what I can. But that's why risk management is key. And just doing the same thing over and over and over is very key. But wins and losses is just how it is. Everybody that's been trading long enough knows wins and losses will both give you emotions, both positive and negative emotions. If you're winning too much, you're going to be overconfident. You're going to try to over risk. You're going to over trade because you're going to think you're that guy. You're going to think that you know what you're doing. You're above everything, that you're the almighty, you're like a wizard. And then guess what? You're going to get humbled. Then you're going to go on losing streaks where you feel like you don't know what you're doing, where you feel like the world's crushing down, where everything's losing. Then you're going to win some trades. It's always ups and downs. You got to understand how to handle them. Regardless if I win, regardless if I lose, I'm just following the process, so it doesn't really matter. This keeps you desensitized from the actual money. And also, don't look at it as money. The longer I've been trading, the longer I've been taking bigger trades, I don't really look at money no more. Like, even when I look at money in my bank account, I'm like, damn, this is really just all fake. Just all digital numbers. They probably really don't even have my money. They're really, the way I look at it, that money that we're looking at in our bank account is what the banks are in debt to us, if that makes sense. So they just owe it to us when we go to withdraw it or need it. That's the way I look at it. We really give them all our money, and they're just in debt to us until we need it. But yeah, the numbers, just really just, you got to look at it more of percentages. Look at it like not as money. When you're looking at it as money and you're taking a $500 loss, a $300 loss, a $500 win, it's going to play with your emotions because you're thinking, damn, I want that money in my pocket. Damn, that could do this for me. Damn, that could do that for me. Just look at it as numbers. That's all it is. Percentages, numbers is a game. It's not a game, but you got to look at it as it's like math. This is all numbers at the end of the day. To be successful in business, you got to desensitize from the emotions. You got to get the emotions out of it. Just look at it as straightforward numbers, business, following the plan. That's all it is. It's fun sometimes because the emotions get in there, and at the end of the day, that's why people try to compare trading to gambling, because there's still a portion to it that there's that dopamine effect that when you win trades, it feels good. That leads you to do more and more and more. And that's one of the reasons I kind of like trading, and it keeps you on your toes. There's enjoyment in it. It's not just like you're winning a trade, you're like, and you just have a straight face like, yep, just another day. You feel good to an extent because it shows you that there's positive reinforcement for what you've been doing. You know what I mean? Especially when you went from losing trades to being able to win, you can see the change. It only makes you feel better about what you're actually doing for yourself. But okay, we talked about getting the account, top step, understanding the rules, taking the demo, having a system, risk management plan, getting experience with it, taking it day by day, having a daily process. We just talked about wins and losses. And now how you get it is how you lose it. This is another main thing. One thing I always tell people, I got to make sure I record this part because this is key. This right here. One thing I always tell people when it comes to these challenges, when it comes to prop firms, when it comes to trying to get funded, the same way you get it is the way you lose it. If you get funded by over leveraging and over trading, that's the same exact way you're going to lose that account. If you get a funded account by taking it slow, by risking low, I guarantee you it's going to take you longer to blow the account. The same way you get it is the same way you lose it, because why? You build habits. What you're doing to get the account is more than likely what you're going to build the habit to do, because if you're getting reinforced for doing something, say for example, this is just hypothetical. Say I walk downstairs, I seen an old lady and I punched on her, and then everybody started clapping and they gave me $1 million. I might just go do it again to someone. You feel me? But if I got arrested instead, it's kind of just reinforcing. You get what I'm saying? You guys get the idea. That might have been a little bit crazy, but you get the point. But it's the same thing with trading. If you're doing something that's wrong and getting paid money for it, you're getting a payout for it, you're doing something that's going to give you that result, you're only going to more than likely do it again. You're only going to more than likely build the habit of continuing to do it because you're thinking you're going to get that result. And it's not always like that, because all that you're going to do is get burnt next time. All that's going to happen is the next time you try to do it, it's not going to work. And then what's that going to do? Leads to the emotions. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I thought this worked last time it did. And then it's just a domino effect. And then from there, you guys know how tilt goes. If you don't know, It's only a matter of time before you do know, because until you go through it, you're not going to know how to handle it. But that's just how it is. But how you get it is the same way you lose it. So now, most of that was for getting the account passed. Once you get the account passed, it's a different level now. Because now your objective isn't to get passed, it's not to make this amount of money. Your second goal is now to get that 30 days. Fuck what anybody else says. Say, oh, get that 5-day payout. In my opinion, your main goal should be going for the 30 days. Why do I say that? Because one, is going to build that discipline that you're not chasing money still. If you know you can go for that 30 days and still like build a buffer, it's only going to benefit you, because at the end of the day, by going that 30 days, not taking a withdrawal, or even if you do take payouts, making them small and not very significant, it's only going to make it so that by the point in time you get that 30 winning days. And if you don't know what the 30 days are, once you have 30 winning days of $200 or more, you get 100% of your money, and you can get a payout whenever you want. So if I make $500 on today's trade, I could take the full 500. If I make 1,000 tomorrow, I could take that 1,000. If I make another 200, I could take that 200 whenever I want. And it's basically giving you that freedom of having a live account now. And that's the main thing that's going to be good, because now if you went that 30 days, whatever you got your account to after that 30 days, that's your buffer. Like right now, if I go to, I'll bring you into my Top Step account here. Where's this shit at? 30 days the way to go, I'm telling you. And yeah, I'm not saying like you don't even got to get a payout, just don't make it very significant. Say you have access to a payout, but you would have to take majority of your account. It doesn't make sense. But if you have a buffer and you could take a payout and it's still not even going into drawdown, now that makes sense. When it comes to the withdraw when you can, as much as it makes sense. Like you don't want to put yourself in drawdown because you wanted to do some dumb shit. But here, let me show you my Top Step account. Full transparency with y'all motherfuckers. Let's see. Where is it? So right now, this is the Top Step account. So you can see right here, the best day was 15, the worst day was 2,000. This was a full lockout day. This was the day that I took the $1,000 trade, thinking it was my demo. And yeah, shit cooked. Shit got big cooked. And you know what happened? Went on tilt. I took another $1,000 trade. I'm like, fuck it, I'll keep the risk the same. Took 2 L's. I was like, oh yeah, that's tough. Very tough. And then I think that was like before that I took that major L before I took this big W. So that ended up getting made back. But right now, after taking the payout that I did for 1,600, the account's just at 5,000. If we go to the payouts isn't here right now. Hold on. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. Sometimes I gotta keep refreshing. Top Step's website be mad slow. That's the one thing I hate about it. Yeah, if you come to the payouts right here, so far, if you put it like this, put the money into perspective. When it comes to risk to reward, I paid $100 for the 100K account. By the time I got past it, I passed it within a month, so I didn't have to pay an extra month for it. So I paid the $100. I passed the account, so I had to pay $150. So at that point, I was like $250 in. By the time I got my first payout, the first payout was on May 9th with this account, and it was a $237 payout. I made the money back from that payout, plus they also refunded the $100. So I made $100 essentially on top of that. So I was break even at that point. So at that point, all this is just completely profit. And also keep in mind, that's just what I withdrew. I withdrew 3.4, but I still got 5 in there. The most I ran it up to is like 8.4 so far. But like I said, I'm only 2 days away from the 30 days. I'm only 2 days. So that's why I'm only withdrawing what makes sense. These payouts that I took, none of them, I think these two, the $200 and the $100, these were made while I was, I think, under $3,000. So I was still like in drawdown, but I didn't take a lot. Like I was taking what I was essentially risking. I didn't even take a winning trade, if that makes sense. Like these weren't even winning trades. These were like what I was risking for a trade. So they weren't big payouts. But by the time I got to a bigger buffer, 6,000, 4,000, 5,000, I could take a little more and still have a room now. So now when I get to the 30 days, more than likely this week, if I win a trade, withdraw that bitch. I win a trade, withdraw that bitch. I'm just going to try to keep a good balance. Ideally, I want to get it as high as possible. 5,000 is a good area, but the more the better. If I can have a $10,000, a $15,000 buffer, I could risk $1,000 on a trade, $500 on a trade, and be able to make $1,000, $2,000 in a day. And then if you could take that from the prop firm, this is the main thing. The prop firm is just level 1. Like I want you guys to understand, this is just level 1 for you to be able to turn the skill into some cash. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't have 5,000 to put into your own account, but you have the skill set, That's the main thing. Now you can take that 5,000, put it into your own broker, put it into a different business. Shit, pay your bills. Put peace of mind to where you can actually continue focusing on the skill set itself. Get your time back. Even if you're not just 100% putting all your money into a broker right away, do stuff with the money that's only going to benefit you and build you up. If that's get your time back, if that's pay some bills so you're not worried about it no more, if that's get a new computer, get a new phone so you can actually take it serious, whatever it is, you want to use that money for that, because that's now money you didn't have no more before. That's money that's coming from the skill. And if you could do it once, you could do it again. It may take longer in between because shit happens. I go through things. I've gone through periods where I made a whole lot of money. Then I've gone through periods where I was making no money. I've gone through periods where I made a whole lot, whole little. That's just what happens. It's about what happens at the end. But you got to understand, you got to put yourself in a position to succeed. You got to put yourself in a position so that no matter what happens, you still got the skills. At the end of the day, anything can happen to you. You can lose everything, your cars, your electronics, the internet, but you're not going to lose skills. Trading is a skill. Risk management is a skill. These are all skills that you're going to build. Emotional control, that's a skill. Most people aren't in control of their emotion. Why do you think there's so many people in jail? Lack of emotional control. That's just what happens. Emotional control is key. If you can get emotional control, you're going to be in control of a lot of things. And majority of people, they just don't have that control. But the 30 days, that's what you want to aim for. That 100%, because now you're actually going to have, one, the discipline, the buffer, to do all these things that you've been telling yourself you're trying to do. You know what I mean? And then all you got to do now is continuing to do what got you to that point. If you can get to the point of getting to that 30 days, obviously you're doing something right. There's no way you got to the 30 days without doing something right. Like, you got to be a lucky ass motherfucker. You one lucky motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. If you get it to that far with, like, after failing a whole bunch of times, you're one lucky motherfucker. But I doubt luck. In my opinion, the luck ain't there. If you get that far, there's no luck. You got to keep doing what you've been doing. Don't let the losses get in your head. Keep doing what you've been doing. Once you see results in it, keep doing what you've been doing, because if you could do it once, you could do it twice, type shit. And then once you get that account past that 30 days, once you get the funded account, now you just work. Now just getting the money from it, putting the money in other places, risking more money per trade, making more money, putting that money in other places, risking more money on trades, putting that money in other places. You get what I'm saying? There's just the same cycle though. Now you're just keep going. Once you get past that main, like, phase 1, phase 2 of trying to even get access to the accounts to be able to trade, that's what everyone gets stuck in. They're stuck in that phase of trying to even get to the point to where they can trade, to where they can just trade. You know what I mean? Because they're focused on how to get funded, how to actually learn to trade, how to get good risk management, how to get control of their emotions. But once you get all of that done, not even done, once you get all to the point to where it's enough to make something happen, like you have enough experience in yourself, you're building all these traits, you're focusing on yourself outside of trading, just building yourself into a better individual so that you can actually handle all of these things. Just follow the process. That's the easiest way I could say, because the same things I was doing 3 years ago are the same things I was doing today. The only thing that changes is what I was doing outside of the charts, the intention behind everything, the discipline to do stuff, the patience. But when it comes to systems and everything, it was all the same. Same way I've been trading for the same last 2 years. But I wasn't successful then, and I wouldn't even say I'm successful now, but I'm having more success now doing what I'm doing. And then at the end of the day, results speak for themselves. I can say whatever I want, but if I see it happen, that's enough for me to believe it. It's the same thing with the charts. I can say whatever I want. I can say all this stuff, but numbers don't lie. You see the 5,000 here. I even be looking at this shit. I'm like, damn, 8.4 thousand. I've only had the account for 28 days, like 28 winning days. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Now, if I have access to the 100%, that's a lot of money. I'm gonna go get myself a nice little burger for that money. No cap. Now, what questions y'all got so far with the fundeds? I don't want to make this too complicated. This is mainly just to get everyone. What's up? Nah, real shit, nice little burger. Got myself a Wagyu with fucking gold on that bitch. Just start off with the lowest ones. Like, you're not gonna go wrong starting off with the lowest ones. The lowest one's 1. So if you just start off with a 1, like I said, do demo first. You're only gonna see the values of it. You're only gonna get practice without actually ruining the challenge. You know what I mean? This is all I recommend, especially for you. Use a trading view. Like, if I go to my chart right here, if I go to trading view right here, Like, I wouldn't even practice on the Top Step demo yet, because you don't even know how to use the contracts yet, so you'll kind of cook that too. So there's like no point. But go to here, go to the TradingView demo like this, and go to paper trading. Connect it to paper trading, and you'll be able to basically take trades using the same like contract sizes on the same thing without it actually being on your account. So you can kind of practice like, oh, putting the lot size stop loss for that, and this will just be like on the TradingView paper trade. Like, it won't have nothing to do with your account. And then once you actually have it, you'll be like, okay, now I can go over to my Tradevate and just log in over here. Here, I'll just log, you know what I'm saying? I do that, John, right? Yeah, then you'll come in logged in over here, and then you'll click it. It'll be like Express, and you can click whether it's your demo one or your Express one, or your it'll be like the challenge one. It won't say Express, but it'll be like demo and just challenge. But I recommend doing that. Just start off with one contract, see how it is. Use like 50 points, 30 points, so you can actually just calculate it. Because if you can just see what a 30-point stop loss would be with the one contract, you'll just know now. You know what I mean? And it's just, in my opinion, actually doing it is way easier than just doing all the numbers behind. Just actually seeing it, just watching it happen, is way easier to learn from. Now, what else y'all got when it comes to these firms? What questions y'all got? Getting funded, strategy, system, risk management, what you would do? Let me know. Where my boy Krabs? Krabs here? Nah, he's not here. There's a few people that I know that from the ones that I gave the funded accounts. I want to make sure they was here, but I got to record it for everyone that won't be able to be here. This is a little bit of an afternoon session today. A little bit of an odd time. What's up? I would say account size. Account size would be key, because there's no difference from the actual chart. It's just how much you're risking. Like in comparison, on the, which is the bigger? The mini is a micro is smaller, right? So the micro, 10 contracts on the micro is equivalent to 1 contract on the mini. So it's a big like difference. You know what I mean? Like and then you also can't take partials. Like the difference from risking 1 contract on the mini being like $60 to 1 contract on the micro being $600. So it's like a big, like it's a whole 10 times difference. So I would say it's really account size, because you can even be on the minis, you'll still be able to risk 600 to damn near 1,000 a trade still with the most. And that's a lot. You know what I mean? That's still a good amount, especially you'll have to build to the point to, if you can even risk 1,000 a trade, that you got to have some account at that point. But I would say there's no point of trading the big ones unless you just have the room for it. Like if you're able to risk that much on a trade and that just makes sense and you're still able to take multiple trades, then I would switch up. There's really just like an account size thing, risk management. You don't want to risk too much of the account on one trade. It's just longevity. You want to make sure that you could trade next week, trade in 3 days, because 2 trades on a mini, that's damn near $1,200 loss. $1,200 right there. That's damn near 33%. That's 3 losing days, and you lose an account. And 3 losing days are possible. That's the main thing you guys understand. You could lose 4 days in a row, 5 days in a row. Don't mean what you're doing is wrong. There's just bad weeks. Sometimes you're not in the best spot. Sometimes you're not good mentally. You don't want to put yourself in a position to where if you're just having a bad week, you lose your account though. You know what I mean? Even if it means that you got to take a little bit smaller trades and make a little bit less from the trades, at least on me, you can still trade next week. If you can only make $100 a trade, but you're able to take 5 trades a week, is way better than only being able to risk $500 on a trade but one day. Because then if that don't work out, now you're kind of cooked. You don't have any more options. There's like no arrows. I'd rather have 10 arrows if I'm going hunting than one big ass arrow. You know what I mean? More chances. Yeah, but also like it's not even our money anyways. So commissions is just no one's really getting commission. Like there really isn't no commission. Like where's like, especially if it's not a live account, the commission is capped. Like that shit was fake money anyway. The way I look at it, like that commission is not even technically a real commission. That's what it would have been if it was live. But it's if you win a big trade, it's that $20-$30, even if it's like $100 difference, it's not too bad. Shit, just gotta look at the leverage of it, because even then, that's if you're using 10. That's what I'm saying. Like, even to get to the point of using 10, you're still risking a good amount. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, by the time you get to that point, you have already, like, you wouldn't even be asking me at that point. Putting that, basically saying it that way. Like, you would have to be doing something right. Because most of the time, if you're using it, you're just over risking taking a big ass trade. Like, even if you eat, like, one bare minimum is still a lot. Like, on NAS, 600 on a trade, even if you're on a 150K account, that's damn near, what, 1% almost. And that's 1%, meaning, like, you only have 3% to lose. Not like 1% out of 10. This is 1% out of 3%. So you're really risking about 33%, risking that much. And that's a lot. Like I said, that's only 3 losing days. 3 losing days is very possible. I've had 3 losing days. I've had 4. I've had losing weeks, losing months. If you don't got a big enough account size, if you're risking too much per trade, you just won't be able to stay in the game. This is just level 1. You just got to get in the gates. You got to get past the doors to be able to just trade, to then be able to make the money, to start putting in all these other things that you want to do with the money, your life, yourself, the goals. But you got to get past that first step. Phase 1 is the hardest. Getting that funded account, getting to that point of getting the fund is the hardest point. Trust me, it takes time. It takes a long time, but it's going to be worth it, though. It's going to be worth it. That's all I can say about that. Now, if you don't got no more questions, though, I wanted to make this short and simple. It's not going to be too crazy. Tomorrow, we're going to be actually having, like, the chart concept. So if you want to talk about, like, stuff more setup-wise, like what setups I would take on the challenge, that's all in the free course, all in the trading webinars. And we're going to actually go over chart concepts tomorrow. But this was mainly, like, the guide, just to kind of give you guys exactly the step-by-step what to do, because it's all just having a system. It's all systematic at the end of the day. It's not complicated. It's just all math, having good risk management, following a consistent plan every single day. I wake up, I do the same thing every single day. I don't do nothing crazy. Y'all know what I do. I know what I do. People on YouTube know what I do. I record it. I don't do nothing crazy. Like, everything I'm doing, I do with you guys live. I'd be sitting here walking around doing push-ups. Yeah, it's not that complicated. If I'm over here doing some dumb shit, it can't be that bad, and I'm not even that smart of a person. You know what I mean? It's just actually doing it. You know what I mean? It really, in reality, look like this. Me doing those push-ups is really me distracting me from looking at the fucking trade in reality. It's like little things like that that you wouldn't necessarily realize, oh, there's hidden meaning behind it. Me doing those push-ups is me just getting away from the charts multiple times. Just like, all right, maybe I just should walk away. Me going to get water is me just walking away from the charts. Just got to know yourself. Until you get experience, though, you're not going to know. Experience tells all. And that's always how it's been, always how it's going to be. No cap. But any more questions, though, let me know. Let me know before I get up out of here. I'm trying to answer anything y'all got questions on.